Sit. All right, so Hazel here again. We did sit this morning. Sorry, we did down earlier this morning. Now we're gonna work on sit. So my goal here over the next day or two is to get multiple sessions in, each session working on one behavior. Sit. And just getting them refined a little bit, and then I want to work on multiple behaviors per session. Sit, and that's going to tell us that the dog is truly understanding the meaning of the verbal cue, what we're asking for. Sit. Same deal here with the sit, like I talked about with the down. As soon as she hears the click, sit. She's allowed to get up. Sometimes they automatically do it on their own. Sometimes they wait for the food delivery. But if we want to add duration to the behavior, we just withhold the click for a short time. Watch. Sit. So I just waited a few seconds and then clicked. And we can slowly work on adding more and more duration. But right now I'm just not really looking for duration. I'm looking for the desired behavior. So if I say sit, she sits. If I say DOWN, she does that. I don't want to say it right now because that's not what we're working on. My guess is she wouldn't do it right away. We're working on sit. She's been getting a lot of sits in. Sit. So the dogs will usually throw out the last behavior that you worked on is the first behavior they're going to throw out. And if the click doesn't happen, that's when that operant behavior comes out and they just start throwing out different behaviors they've learned, trying to get you to give it a click. Sit. Girl. Sit. All right. So I kind of waited till she was getting up. It's kind of hard in the beginning to get a dog from a DOWN to a sit. But when she started scooching up, I knew she was going to sit. Sit. Good girl. Sit. One of the other behaviors we'll work on soon is the recall. Once you've taught a behavior and you've got them to be able to stay, then you can use that to your advantage to teach them the recall. Also, delivering the food far away, then you start adding the verbal cue of the recall. It's kind of hard to describe, but you'll see it in some of my videos in the future. And I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Sit. She was sliding into a down there, but Hazel, sit. She does seem to know her name when we're outside. As soon as I say her name, she comes running. Sit. When I have a puppy, I pretty much always have food on me, so when we go outside and she goes pee, I reward that. As soon as she pees, I click and I reward that. Ooh, that was a down, but again, that's the nice thing about positive reinforcement training. I was looking for a sit, she downed, I clicked. It's not the end of the world. She's not hurt, I'm not hurt. We just move on to the next one. Hazel, sit. So I'm being quick on the click right now as soon as her butt hits the floor because it looks like she wants to go into a down. Sit. So I want to make sure that I'm marking the correct behavior. So that's why I'm clicking as soon as her butt hits the floor. You got to remember, we did that DOWN session like 15 minutes ago. Sit. So it's still fairly relevant, probably, in her mind. Hazel. Sit. Any behavior that you have a reward history with, the dog is going to try it and see if she can get fed for it. Hazel, sit. Couple more and then I'll put the bowl down. Sit. Hazel, sit. The only thing about dog food is greasy and oily. You see me constantly wiping my hands on my pants. But a dog that's, food motivated like her, most labs, honestly, you don't have to get anything special. I've had dogs that wouldn't touch their kibble, you gotta cut up hot dogs or chicken gizzards or something. Chicken gizzards do work good. They're cheap. You can get them from your local butcher usually, or some Hannafords have them. They're cheap. You just boil them for like 15 minutes, and then they're basically rubbery, and you just cut them up into tiny, tiny pieces, and you can use those. They work great for training. Cheese. I use string cheese. A lot of times I cut those up into small pieces. But with these puppies, they are so into food, you can just use their kibble for training. But again, if you have any questions, reach out. Thanks for watching.